Hey everyone, just finished season 3 of The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. We're going to go ahead and break it down, rank it on our board, let you know what we thought. There's some interesting stuff that was going on this season, so let's get right into it. So as usual, we're going to keep this relatively spoiler free. If you haven't seen the show, you don't need me to spoil it for you. And if you have seen the show, you can probably put together most of the stuff that I'm talking about here. If you're not familiar with how our board works, we have 4 ratings: hard no, pass, approved, and GOAT. Hard no is stuff that's not worth anybody's time or money. You should avoid it at all costs. Pass is mostly niche stuff. You know, it might have a small audience or a few people might really enjoy it, but generally it's not something we're going to recommend to most people. Approval is our most common rating. That's mostly going to be stuff that general audiences are going to enjoy. The general public consumers are probably going to have a good time with it or find it useful. Some people might not enjoy it. It might not be everybody's thing, but it's going to be pretty good. GOAT status is exactly what it is. These are the greatest of all time in their specific categories. There's not just one, there's always going to be a discussion and that kind of stuff. So these are the things that are in that greatest of all time discussion. So that being said, Umbrella Academy. Let's talk about the first thing first. Everybody, if you're familiar with the show and the cast, we're all aware of the situation that involved Elliot Page. So we'll just say it was handled roughly in the show. It was brute forced in and it felt a little bit cringe how they did it in the show and how it first got implemented. But after that, I do have to say it almost didn't affect the show at all. There was like one episode where it really, bam, here it is, we're doing this, and then it just moved on, which was great. Overall, I don't think it affected the show that much, either positively or negatively. It just is what it is. Like I said, they could have finessed it a little more in there or built up to it a little better, but we're here. It, like I said, it didn't affect the show that terribly much. At least in my opinion, I really enjoyed all the performances all the way around. So take that for what you will. I really enjoyed a lot of the new quirky characters and weird characters that came in the form of the Sparrow Academy. It was definitely off the wall a bit. There was some older characters that we've seen before, just in new forms, so that was cool to see. Like I said before, great performances by pretty much everybody involved. Nobody stood out as weak or out of place or anything like that. They all turned in, both supporting and main cast all did an excellent job. This season, I did find the central tension, the conflict that they were working to overcome, to be a little bit underwhelming, if I'm honest. It didn't seem as threatening or as imminent and daunting as some of the other stuff. Things felt a little slow at times and a little bit off at times as well. Characters' behavior was a bit simple and even forced in a few spaces to make the story work that they were trying to tell. And things got a little bit sloppy towards the end with some major plot points feeling a little bit undercooked. So that's about all I have as far as criticism and pros and cons. Like I said, the show was great in a lot of different ways. There were some really excellent moments from these characters that we've been with for the last few seasons. A lot of them, I think, really stepping out of their shell and taking new steps. There was lots of universe stuff that came into play and got talked about and changed, and all sorts of stuff was going on there. So all that being said, in conclusion, I think this season had some of the best scenes and biggest moments, as well as plot twists and plot reveals from the entire series. I think all of that stuff was excellent. However, on the whole, I think this might be the weakest season of Umbrella Academy. I might have to go back and rewatch everything. It might not be the weakest season, but I think it had some of the weakest points. We'll put it that way. There were some very high spots in this season that I really enjoyed, but there was definitely some spots where I feel like it was dragging that I really hadn't noticed in a lot of the other seasons. And even if it is the weakest season of the show, it's not by much. Umbrella Academy is easily still one of the best shows running on TV right now. And as you might have guessed, season 3 and the entire series is going to be an easy approval for us. This show is definitely worth at least giving a look at. If it's not your thing, I totally get that. I've already had a few people check it out and say, yeah, it's not for me, but it's definitely worth that shot. As far as superhero shows go, this is one of the best available right now and easily wipes the floor with almost everything that the Disney Plus Marvel shows are putting out. This show is in contention with some of the best superhero shows right now. I would definitely put it alongside things like The Boys and Invincible and stuff like that. There's lots of good stuff here, and it's if you're into that kind of thing, it's definitely worth your time. But that's pretty much it for this one. Short, quick, painless. Definitely check it out. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I think it's really one of those polarizing shows. Within the first few episodes, you're either going to love it or hate it, and it is what it is. So if you're with me, you're probably going to enjoy season 3 as much as you have the rest of it. If you're not, this season ain't going to change your mind. But that's all I got for today. If you've already checked out season 3 of Umbrella Academy, go ahead and take a look at some of our other videos. We'd love to help you find something else to watch or maybe something else to even do. If you enjoy the video, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out, especially here as we're just getting started. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.